Welcome, my beautiful souls. So, I asked our spirit guides, what is going to happen within the next 72 hours? What do we have to look forward to? Just whatever we need to know. These are one of those right to the point type of readings, so we're going to get right into it. The next 72 hours. What is going to happen? What do we have to look forward to? What do our spirit guides want us to know? And by the way, I'm using the light seers with the crystal vision to go deeper if needed. Seven of Swords. Some of you may have someone around you right now, King of Cups, who may not carry the best of energies. You know, it's interesting. I just got done doing a love that's coming in. And this kind of feels like, for some, you know, if nothing else, I feel like there's a realization about the people around you or a person around you who may not carry the most trustworthy energy. We have the Two of Wands. So some of you may be thinking of leaving. And then the Ace of Wands. Something is pulling you forward. You know, I almost feel like this was then, this is now. So for some of you, you've already been through this energy of dealing with someone you just couldn't trust. Two of Wands, you may not have made movement yet, but this person is looking out the window, you know, like just imagining the way her life could be. If you notice this one wand, it's against the wall. It's not coming along. She's going by herself. She's got the globe out, a map out. It's like, where do I want to go? And then how beautiful that the Ace of Wands follows that. Inspiration, passion, ignited. Like, I feel like if there has been something on your mind or something that you yourself wanted to manifest, this feels like it's the perfect energy to do that. This Ace of Wands, is about action. So, for some, I may have been fantasizing, but now you may say, this is the perfect time to take that action, to take that inspiration, and really, look at this, the Nine of Cups. So, I feel like number one, we have to find a way to let this energy go. Now, King Cups can be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But when the King of Cups is connected to the Seven of Swords, I don't really like that. Because I feel like that means I can't trust them in love. I feel like in the Seven of Swords, I call this person, you know, everyone's got a name at my table. I call this person my little liar. And why do I lie? Because I don't want to face the consequences. Almost like chicken, you know, like face the consequences, be a man. They don't want to be. And that's why I feel like I don't even want them part of this, because I feel like many of you, listen, you may have already started on this new path, but this inspiration that is meant for your action, look at this. A Nine of Cups. This is inner harmony. This is you loving life again. This is potentially being single, but I don't care. And what follows in the Nine of Cups, once you find that inner harmony, is some wishes are granted. And I feel like the wishes, maybe the seeds were planted back in the Two of Wands. And through this inspiration and your action, you end up in the Nine of Cups. I mean, what a beautiful place to end up. I feel like with the King of Cups, and I'm not thinking about their sign, um, but I feel like, if I see it for what it truly is, I just get the sense that this person just has a hard time loving, has a hard time being loyal. I feel like this person puts themselves before others. And I'm not saying that you should not put yourself first, but I feel like they do it like in an egotistical way. Well, I feel like many years saying, not anymore, not in my life. I no longer grant you permission over me. Page of Pentacles. What I have learned along the way. I hate, some people don't like it when I say this, but, in my world, it's a fact. I know that your guides, as it relates to really all areas of your life, but especially love, the people before our ultimate love, many times were there to teach us lessons. Now, what were they trying to teach us? To choose ourselves, to know that we have that right. Learning not to accept what you know is not true. And I feel like it is a different perspective. Like, okay, I have been learning, and through this knowledge, I am growing. And you may be growing leaps and bounds, and they're not. And this is another reason why there's a separation here. They don't fit within your vibration. Some of you may decide out of the blue to take a class, go back to school, or to do something that you already possess the skills, the talent. Maybe you don't know at this point, will I be successful? This may be about just taking that chance. I feel like the answer will be yes, but I do feel like at the same time you have to take a chance. We have the Five of Swords, so there's your change. Five is always change. But look at that. The change is over the toxicity. But not only is it change, you learn from that. You absorb the wisdom of that lesson. And that you should be proud of. King of Wands was flipped around the deck, so you know what? I'm just going to put him right there because that may be someone new on the horizon. The Nine of Swords. So we have two nines here. This one is about worry. Now, the meaning of this card is unnecessary worry. This is worrying about things that I cannot control. So your guides say, don't worry about it. Give it to us. Do your thing. I may be worried that, what if I do and I'm not successful? You will be. You will be. I feel it. Wow. And so it begins. The fool has taken a leap of faith. You know, and I often feel like with the fool's energy, not that the fool even questions this, but like, but what if I fall? What if I take this leap and I fall? And your angels are saying, we will be there to catch you, but you won't fall. Take that leap. Don't let worry come between you and your potential, because this is what it's showing, like true potential. And it's interesting how I just said your guide said, hand the worry over to us. And it's exactly what you do. Remember, the fool is starting a new chapter. And the fool has cleared the past. It's just the wisdom that the fool carries forward. And that is the representation of the Page of Pentacles. How beautiful you have the Nine of Cups and the Fool mirroring each other. And it all started with your inspiration, your feelings, and your chance, your risk. You know, I called it risk, but yet I feel like that's the wrong word. I feel like it's saying just follow what you're truly feeling inside. And I feel like the rest, this inner harmony, I feel like it comes so fast, but then also fulfillment of wishes. Okay, so I want to take, and then we have this King of Wands. So this may be someone who is you have yet to meet. But let's go ahead and bring the crystal vision out. And honestly, I don't even want to look back because I feel like my attention is being pulled forward. Okay. So, anything, anything else that wants to come out. Seven of Swords, the Three Pentacles, and the Page of Wands, who I call my risk taker. Okay, let's start here real quick. So, the Three of Pentacles is about your individuality. It truly tells you that you possess talents and skill that maybe you haven't brought to the table yet. Maybe that's part of what she's thinking about in the Two of Wands. I feel like also what this is saying is this person of the past, they didn't get you anyway. Like they didn't see your soul. May have been a free will or karmic, because I feel like they did not appreciate you for truly who you are. It's almost like they didn't give you the opportunity, but yet at the same time, I hope you had that realization sooner versus later. But listen, even if today is the day, then it is the right day. Because then the Page of Wands. And this is someone who has learned that it is through these chances and these risks that I take, they don't pay off. I have to know that. But everything has taught me something. And this page still follows their passion. Right over the Fool, maybe this king is going through something very similar. Maybe this king is becoming single. because this is like two fools here, two people starting a new beginning. So I'm just gonna go one more time around, looking for a little bit more clarity, just in, well, in whatever. I don't want to put a limit on it. I want to, you know what? I do want to look at the Two of Wands. That is ending up in the Nine of Cups with inspiration and passion connecting it. Oh my gosh. Hello, Knight of Cups. Unexpected cup of fulfillment. Well, hello, King. You know, does it have to be that King? Well, he came out for some reason. And this doesn't just mean love, though it can certainly mean that, but also I feel like opportunity to do something that maybe you don't even know that you're going to love yet, you know. And it's interesting because it's like I really have learned how energy works. And when we ourselves find this inner harmony, it is like a symbol to the universe. Well, they're ready, they're open. Wow. She doesn't even know it. I know she doesn't know it. I can tell, I can feel it. She doesn't know. But yet, here's the thing, she's really believing in herself again. Okay, one more time around. Anything else want to come out? Oh my God. The soulmates. Wow. I swear to God, I do not try to make my readings always about love, but love always comes out. Listen, here, this was not a soulmate. And if it was a karmic soulmate, just meant to teach. That's what you've learned. But now you're looking forward. They are in the past. You're being inspired to take action in your life, to find this inner fulfillment. And it may only come through your action. But once you do, look how everything is opening up. And again, I'm not going to say this Knight of Cups is only for soulmate love, though here it is. Because I don't want to take away the importance where I feel some of you, you're doing something, you make the choice to finally do something that I feel like you've been wanting to do. You may have thought, am I good enough? And I'm sure over here your mind was preoccupied. But now your mind is free. What's going to happen in the next 72 hours? Many of you are going to make a decision to live your life according to your standards. Many of you are feeling this inspiration to move forward. And that inspiration puts you, well, you really put yourself, or let's just say you finally find that inner harmony. And listen, is that not the perfect time for true love to enter? And again, I don't feel like she expects it, but here it is. So in 72 hours, some of you are going to meet your soulmate. Some of you are going to start a business. Some of you are moving out and moving on and moving up. You are coming back to you. And interesting how I said this is like two fools down here, and then we get the soulmates. Okay. Short but sweet. And that's the way I wanted it to be. To the point. And no wonder I disconnected them. I did not want them part of your future, nor your present, but neither do you. And this may have been years ago, or it may be happening today. Yet, you've had enough. And I don't even feel like she's thinking about, like, what will this person say? That she's thinking about her. What stirs my passion? And it's like your spirit guides are right behind you, like, baby, we're about to show you. We're about to show you what life can be on the other side of hurt, of pain. And it is because of you and the chance that you took on yourself. Amen, amen, amen. I love you guys. Being the Two of Wands, and I feel like the rest will take care of itself. I love you. Bye bye.